Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 251st weekly webinar of AABN. This marks yet another significant step in our journey of fostering entrepreneurial learning and collaboration. Just last week, we celebrated a remarkable milestone, the 250th event of AABN on the 15th March 2026. That special occasion was graced by none other than Professor Moni Madasamy, retired Director General of the National Informatics Center, New Delhi. And it was carried out in true pomp and style by our dedicated members and esteemed guests. As we move forward from that milestone, we do so with optimism and an enhanced vision to create extraordinary value for entrepreneurs through enduring experiences for our guests, partners, and alumni. Our guiding values, integrity, agility, efficiency, collaboration, sustainable development, and respect for the entrepreneurial community remain at the heart of everything we do. On behalf of my colleagues on the core committee, I extend my sincere gratitude for the continued support of all our stakeholders. Our immediate priority is to ensure that this diverse group of professionals works in sync to overcome challenges and carve new pathways for the future of this vibrant business community. It is critical that the work we do not only benefits our group but also resonates with the larger entrepreneurial ecosystem outside. We are especially keen to see the participation of many more young entrepreneurs who can bring fresh perspectives and energy to our collective goals. In fact, today's session embodies the spirit of renewal and expansion. It's my privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker for this morning, Ms. Anusha Pichumani, founder of Luminous Soul and research manager at Accenture. What makes this day even more special is that Anusha is one of our own, an alumnus of our university belonging to the 2000 batch of electrical and electronics engineering. Anusha is a passionate, research-driven personal development coach who blends science, behavioral insights, and deep inner work to help individuals break free from invisible limitations. With over 17 years of experience in design, coaching, and research, she has guided countless professionals towards clarity, confidence, and freedom. She is a certified breakthrough NLP practitioner trained in timeline technology and hypnosis, and a practitioner of positive psychiatry. Her expertise lies in decoding internal and external blockers, rewiring limiting beliefs, and helping individuals step into clarity and confidence to unleash their hidden potential. In today's session, she will explore the intriguing theme, Who is the Carnage Society to you? A powerful lens through which we can understand the hidden systems and internalized voices that quietly holds us back. Through her unique approach, which integrates rigorous research with practical tools, Anusha will help us gain clarity on these patterns, learn how to break free from their influence, and move toward greater self-alignment and personal liberation. So without further ado, let us extend a very warm welcome to our eminent guest, Ms. Anusha Pichumani. We are delighted to have you with us today, and we look forward to an engaging and transformative session. I also take this opportunity to thank Pursulvi for connecting us to Anusha today. Thank you. And over to you, Anusha.
Oh, thank you so much for all the distinguished professionals here. That's simply great. Thanks for giving the opportunity. Now, if you can hear me loud and clear, can you give me a thumbs up in the chat window, please? Today, we will meet here to have a very engaging session. So I'm just facing a little bit of network glitches. That's the reason why I would like to use the interaction. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please do give me a thumbs up. Let me see how many people are going to give me that. Wow, thank you so much. And then thank you. Brilliant. And then 2 quick questions. How many of you are here to know about your own shambles? Please press 1 in the chat window. There is nothing right or wrong here. All of us are going to be here in the same page. Thank you. Thank you, Stalin. Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you, Purchelvi. Thank you, Gopi sir. Thank you, Anand, Delhi Babu. Wow. How many of you are here with a mind to break free for a break-free living? Can you place 2 in the chat window, please? Great. Thank you so much for all the wonderful responses. And I'm Anusha. I'll make it very short. A soul enrichment coach or a personal development coach working with college kids, working professionals, including salaried as well as the wonderful entrepreneurs, homemakers, and our own golden agers to go beyond a survival living into a truly abundant and thriving living. Sounds exciting? Yes? Okay. So that's a short thing about me. And without much further delay, I would like all of you to sit comfortably and let's switch off all our survival noises and come to the present. Are you all with me? Thumbs up, please. Great. So sit comfortably in your own chair. And now let's take one big breath. Gently, slowly letting it out through your mouth. Brilliant. We'll take another breath, de-stressing ourselves, filling your lungs up, and emptying it. One final breath, which will get all of us into the here and now. Brilliant. Thank you so much. So now, as we are there in the here and now, let me just take you to a couple of three very, very short videos. And I will take a pause after each and every video, and you will have to give me a guess on what this is. Pay attention to the noises and how you're going to react to it. Okay. Let me go ahead and quickly share them. Okay. Here you go, the first one. Oh, 1 second. Let me stop the share. I forgot to select the sound. Share sound. Okay. Okay.
Get inside, everybody!
Okay. Now the question to all of you. Any guesses? What is this and how do you feel now as you listen to this? Anything? There's nothing right or wrong. Let me go and see. What is your reaction hearing to this? Use your emojis. Let me just start. Crazy, great. Noisy every day, wonderful. Okay, brilliant. No one is feeling anything. All the rest of them are totally fine. Any guesses? Okay, pity those staying so close. Okay, risky. They seem to be enjoying. Okay, lax, peaceful living. Wonderful. Livelihood opportunity exists. Opportunity is identified. Great. Awesome. Chaotic. Yes. Chaotic. That's brilliant. Okay. Yes. Acknowledging all your emotions. Definitely yes. And quick information on this. This is the Hanoi train, which is there in Thailand. Okay. And there are many more places in the globe where crazy in China, you do have a metro rail which is intercepting within an apartment complex as well. Okay. So it's not a temporary issue. For Gopi sir, maybe yes. So now moving on, let me go and play the second one and we'll take a guess. I'll take the share again because I'll have to read the chats. It's getting a little tricky out here. Okay. Share sound, share. Okay, now go ahead and tell me, guys, how do you feel? Any guesses on what is this? It is the most recent, and it is so saddened that one part of one country is really suffering with this noises. Not even one, many countries are suffering with this every single day. SD Group, thank you, sir. Panic, yes. Okay. Wow. And it's what you sow, what you reap. That's brilliant, sir. Humanity does not serve this type of life. Absolutely, yes. Humanity does never have this. And this is the current situation in the countries in West Asia where people wake up or either they are interrupted in whatever they do with this particular siren. Okay. And then the last one, I'm sure most of us is.
Oh, I'm fine. It's just that life is pointless and nothing matters, and I'm always tired. Also, I can't sleep. I'm overeating. None of my old hobbies interest me.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fine. It's just that life is pointless and nothing matters, and I'm always tired. Also, I can't sleep. I'm overeating. None of my old hobbies interest me.
Okay.
Okay, let's get honest here. How many of you relate to this? The very same words. Self-realization? Okay, no, not I. Brilliant, Anand sir. Thank you so much. That's great. Becoming monotonous. Wow. This is amazing to see. Not me, not me. Absolutely. Okay. He ran out of ideas. Okay. Okay. It really seems that the room is filled up with so much of wisdom and knowledge. Okay. Burnt out executive, bang on, frustrated. Okay. Okay, brilliant. And yes, guys, all of you are here, and I'm not going to disappoint any one of you. I'm going to take care of 1 and 2. So yes, these are the societal carnages we come forth every single day. Sundar sir, you want to say something? Okay. Okay, great.
Go on.
Yeah, thank you so much. So these are my societal carnages. Okay. The very, very first thing is a chaotic life, and where you have trains running so close to that. And I, as an individual, let me tell about myself. And my small story goes like this. I was in Ananagar, born and brought up in Chennai. Wonderful environment, total silence, peace, and then the people around them were excellent. So the moment I got married, I went to Guindy, And my in-laws' place, I wouldn't say anything about that. That was very close to the railway track. It's in the Raceview colony. So you could see the rail trains moving starting 4 a.m. and then the ascending and the planes which take off. You can hear those noise as well as so very closely. So that was my huge, huge transformation. So when I went to my in-laws' place, I was finding it so very difficult, extremely difficult to even close my eyes. Okay, I was not getting quality sleep. I was trying to make all my efforts to adjust, but the point is the carnage which creates in your mind, the chaos which it puts into your mind, right? That it started making a pattern that I cannot live in such a place, and it went back to my past or my upbringing where I was in a very wonderful locality like Ananagar. The way I lived and the way I was brought up completely contrasting. So that is the point which was really, really pushing myself down. And it was only a trigger, folks. So similarly, each one of us here are undergoing such triggers. And the trigger, these are the 3 sample triggers which are possible, is what I said. Now, one quick question I want to ask all of you. Give me one word, just a single word that will describe the way the society or the world around you, family, friends, and work expects you to show up versus the actual feeling each one of us has. Give me one word which will describe that. Okay? Pushpa film. Okay? Okay, great. Acceptance. That's amazing. Brilliant. Arvind says acceptance. Compromise. That's a great word and it's a heavy word. Pradeep says compromise. Okay. Who else? Nothing is right or wrong, guys. Okay. Keep bringing it on. Adjustments. Okay. Feel free to unmute yourself and speak as well. If you are not comfortable, wasted time. Wasted time. I'll come back to you, Vishwanath. We would like to hear you on why do you say wasted time? Okay. Self-comparison acceptance. Okay. Self-compassion and acceptance. Brilliant. Yes. Bang on. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I'm learning already a lot and enjoying thoroughly out here. Keep bringing it on. What is the one word you want to describe? The situation is the way your family, friends, your work, environment, anything wants you to show up versus what you actually, truly feel. Okay? A very good morning, Kasturi, Ranjan Kandasamy. Adaptability, brilliant. That's a great thing. Okay. Okay, yes. As keep bringing it on, I would love to hear from each one of you on this. And firstly, I would want to start with Vishwanath there. Could you tell me why you call it as wasted time?
Time is running out. There's so much to achieve.
Sorry?
There's so much to achieve. Time is running out. I'm 65.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
But I have to live in a social animal. And very limited choice to do what I want to achieve. Because, yeah.
Brilliant, sir. Brilliant, sir.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And I'm going to tell you that you're not running out of time. You have lots and lots of potential to achieve what you want. It's so much so within you, sir, Vishwanath. We can, and the term golden ages definitely refer to our own wisdom-driven senior citizens. Okay, I'm just repeating it again.
I'll come during the question answer. I don't want to hog your time.
Sure. Sure, definitely, yes. And I don't know the name of Samson. Sir, can you please unmute and tell about your choice of the word? Just describe to me in a couple of Sir, I'm not sure who's this Samson. Okay, and I do see all of them putting self-compassion, acceptance, and then compromise. My goodness, these are all big, big words which are there in every one of us. And that's exactly what we are going to speak out today. And let me just quickly share a very small presentation I have prepared. Okay, so do let me know once the screen is up. Is it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is about the agenda. So we will first get onto the hook where and all we are stuck, we get totally hooked up into, and then we don't want to, or invisibly we are not able to move forward. That we will say, and we will, I've just taken 3 of them, sir, to everybody, and we will go and find out why and who is even responsible for this and how we can break free. This is a very short topic I have taken. Now, just by looking at the picture, I want all of you to be really, really honest here and tell me in the chat window who has been through this particular pic. And one single word which can describe it, it's already there in chat, by the way. Anand, yes, absolutely. Focus. Okay, Ranjan. Focus, okay. You see it as focus. Brilliant. And what happens when we focus all throughout our work? During the work hours, only focus. What really happens post that? Success on every single day. That's a very positive way to take it. But what really happens to your mind, your body? Great, Ranjan. Absolutely, I'm with you on that. Okay. So now, this is something we are hooked up on every single day, enjoying the challenges. Yes, we do enjoy the challenges. Now, this particular way of working leads to burn down. Why? Because the way society looks at each one of us is, are you giving me something? It's constantly measuring you quantitatively. Are you earning? Okay. And if it doesn't talk about the after part of it, which is the real success. Okay. But quick measuring towards you is, okay, you work 24/7 so that you get 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs package, 5 lakhs package a month, right? So if you see the way the society is putting this invisible pressure on each one of us, saying you yield more, you work more. No, guys, that is a myth. That's the very first myth all of us get trapped into. Okay? And then now there are many people coming up and saying smarter work and all these things. No, smarter work, yes. And actually, to tell you as a tip, the real smart work starts in the era of AI. Okay? Earlier, just for putting news, you work smarter. You used to push yourself beyond boundaries. Yes, enjoying the challenges. But what about the negative aspects of it? Multitasking. And believe me, Thiru sir, we are not equipped for multitasking. Our brains cannot perform 100% best when we are multitasking. We are not going to give our best when we are trying to multitask. Rather, I did see in the word someone saying focusing. When you focus one single thing, you perform 100% and you achieve towards that particular goal much faster than the way you go to and the way you take multitasking. We are all so proud that we do multitasking. Yes, we do. And all the wonderful homemakers and as well as working professionals here do know what life balance has been doing, and they are doing every single day multitasking. But when you talk about the real success resides in abundance, where you are in a balanced state. You get to work, you get what you want to achieve, yet you are reaping the benefits. That's nothing but the revenue generation. Okay? It's definitely not always revenue generation, but what I'm giving you here is the balance point where revenue generation is simply an effect of your balance. You don't have to put any extra effort. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to push your thinking. You don't, of course, critical thinking and getting creative is there always. Ranjan, do you agree with me, Ranjan? Okay. So there is no extra effort for revenue generation at all. It's all in your mind, how you can thrive in the situations of this particular expectation. I would put it that way, because we all say adaptability. Yes, you expand your adaptability, but you don't compromise. You don't compromise what you do. And sir, yes, I do hear you saying you have a lot more to achieve, and that wasted time is a phrase which emerges out of a space of guilt. Now tell me one thing, one quick question. How many of you here will feel guilty if I'm going to tell you, Unnume Panama, just do nothing and be there still for 10 minutes? Be honest here in this chat. Bring on in this chat. How many of you are just going to feel guilty when I'm going to tell you to stay still for 10 minutes? Ranjan. Okay, Anand is fine. Great. That's a great mind. Applause to you, sir. Brilliant. Okay. Do nothing for 10 minutes. Onnume pannama 10 nimisham. What about the rest? What should I say? Ah, there you go, Ranjan. You should know the purpose. I'm not giving you any purpose. I am just telling you to sit quiet. Only to designated time. Okay, brilliant. So these are all minor forms of a small feeling which grows into a guilt. Okay, there's so many questions coming on. Ranjan would definitely want to know the purpose and then sit quiet. I'm not giving you any purpose here. I'm just telling you, just be quiet for 10 minutes, right? Saying still. I will not go into the thoughts at the moment, Stalin. Staying still in without doing anything, not even moving your hands, moving your head, nothing. Okay. The reason why I asked this question is again an invisible pressure of running in the fast-paced life. It's not an order. It's definitely not an order. We can discuss about that, Ranjan. It's definitely not an order. What I'm trying to make a point of view here is none of us here can sit without doing anything, cannot be still. The reason being, we have that invisible or condition strongly within us, live in the high speed, fast life. Be a roam in the room. You run, you run. It's the herd mentality we are all strongly wired into. Yes, do you all agree with me? Yep, and the high speed performing, high speed life. அதை நோக்கி நம்ம ஓடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம் எவ்ரி சிங்கிள் டே. ஆனா எதுக்காக ஓடுறோம்? வாட்ஸ் த பர்பஸ்? நோ. Thank you, Ranjan sir. Yes, what's the purpose? No, Anand sir, there is nothing like I have passed that age of life. I will tell you, at your age, what you seek and what you look forward for is not money, but definitely something else. And you're moving towards it. Okay? And this carnage, which I am talking about, is a very high one. Society puts you this, and then it never requests you to slow down. That is one which is going to keep binding mind, layers of emotions, and it goes to the high. Okay? That's the first thing, trap, and great thinking. The next one is mind's echo chamber. Only humans can work with passion. But most of us out here have to be honest here, Vishwanath. How many of us have worked with passion? And I'll tell you here, I'll take a pause and tell you my own story. 2000 was the time when I did Triple E. Okay? And at that point of time, engineering was definitely the boom. And I agree with the golden agers. Yes, you all have realized a certain thing, but to discover a passion, it does take time for people. Okay? In my case, also it did happen the same way. And I'm not into electrical at any point of time. I just studied engineering because my parents asked me to study. And I have no regrets, nothing at all. Okay? And I landed up straight into an IT job. And I learned IT and I did computers. However, computers were also not giving me that level of satisfaction within me. There was a constant, I wouldn't say it's only me, but I can tell for sure some of us in the room might have been in that phase. Okay? After this, again, I could not work for 9 years and I did nothing. That was the time I lost everything. I lost my confidence. I lost the purpose of life because this conditioning was there. You work to earn money. And the purpose was in front of me why I chose to take a break. It was family building. But the purpose did not give me the satisfaction because my mind was completely immersed into these chambers. Okay. My parents taught me. They spent so much, so many thoughts educating me, but I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting at home. Yeah? All these voices do come, and Gopi sir says, I have still continued the same. Of course, He has discovered his passion. And for me, to discover the real passion was towards human. And then helping the human, it took a toll. And that's when I got into psychology to undiscover that psychology was my closest passion. And I should have gone to read about that, and probably my career would have changed. But yet, I come to you, Vishwanath. Time is definitely there at any point of time, break free. And I have a full time job of researcher, which is again dealing with people. There again, I don't sit and program. I don't sit and do the coding as normally as IT's people does do it. So once you're in your neutral, you have discovered your neutral mind, you will find out plethora of opportunities which is lying right in front of you. Okay. And the mind's echo chamber is the next one where you feel you're fragmented, and that's why you see you get lost, you get stuck. Why am I doing this? Why am I going wrong? Right? All these points emerge, and set of us feel lonely. I feel left out. I feel that I'm not part of things. I'm no more useful, right? And mostly this is a generic thought which comes just post retirement. Okay, once we have all achieved our retirement ages, we just don't know. We get lost. We feel that our purpose is our family and taking care of children, which comes by default. The grandchildren, I mean, but it is not a default. It is a societal structure where it has been just formed to say that's the default. And here, I would want to quote an example of the KFC entrepreneur. I don't remember his name on the top of my head. He started his entrepreneurial journey at the age of 50, and now you just watch and see the KFC chains, food chains doing amazingly across the globe. And the only recipe he started with was the chicken wing. And then how he built upon the mother's recipe, which was learned. So there is no end. I mean, don't halt yourself with respect to the age. You can achieve at any point of the time. So here, I would like to hear upon few stories of people where they were hooked up to maybe any of these and how they took themselves out of it. That would definitely inspire all of us here. So can anyone unmute yourself and share? Those brilliant entrepreneurs out here. Ranjan, would you like to unmute yourself and share one of the example of the hooks where you were completely caught up and how you pulled yourself out of it?
Thank you. Good morning. Very interesting session. We are really enjoying your session. It's very knowledgeable, enlightening. You want me to share something professional in my
One
during
of your life examples, sir, where you could see that you relate to any one of these and how you have addressed it.
How I have addressed it.
Probably in your own way, sir.
Okay, it's a domestic issue. Okay, I came to Chennai from New Delhi. I was in an apartment where I became the secretary of the apartment. And I did a lot of things. I tried to revamp the whole system. And the whole system and I really had to clean up the whole system and did a lot of things. And during the floods, it was a massive restoration operations, coordinating with the government and etc. With the people of Tamil Nadu Electricity Board, Water, Metro Water Department, etc. And there are about 135 flats. and did a wonderful job. I also lost two houses in the same apartment.
Okay.
And after
So,
that, when we started doing this, the problems, a lot of hurdles, issues, and criticisms, and things like that. Many things happen, and maybe people out of jealousy and things like that, they started, criticizing me and things like that. And then later on, I had to shell out a lot of personal money, about 1.5 lakhs, and then the one best way I thought. Uh, that after completing my task, my mission, restoring the whole apartment, putting back in operation, coordinating with all the agencies, government agencies, getting some donations from outside NGOs, things like that. And then later on, I started concentrating in my own house, restoring my two houses, two flats in the same apartment. After that, I felt that this is not the right place for me to continue. Then once everything was put back into normalcy and everything was okay, and in spite of all criticisms and hurdles and obstructions, I could manage the whole show, and then successfully I established the re-establishment of the whole apartment activities. Now, later on, I decided to quit in a very, in a silent manner. I have to say that due to some domestic compulsions and due to my other assignments, I'm quitting. And many people came to me and said, "Why you're quitting?" And we have to do many other things. I said, "Enough is enough, and let me now look after some professional issue." And then I came out. And then to take back my money, hard-earned money, personal money, which I had spent about 1.5 lakhs. It was taking a lot of time. Then I thought, let me leave it. Then I isolated myself from the negative groups, from the negative minded people. Then I started totally isolating myself from the association activities. I'm totally off. I don't even go to my welfare association office, and even I make my online payment and things like that. Now, the time has come. People are now able to realize their mistakes. The people who had the negative approach and the negative activities and the negative minded people who were literally opposing every action of mine. Now they are realizing, and now they are trying to re-establish their connect with me. Of course, I'm not a great thing to forgive them, or I just keep my general relationship with them without telling them anything, and somehow I managed to come out. That's what I'm trying to say. From the
got it.
crisis situation, I came out, and from the negativity also, I try to escape myself.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Ranjan. That's really inspiring. And
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, the first step you had taken is brilliant.
Yeah, thank
The
you.
distancing yourself out of the negative energy which is pumping out, and
Yeah,
channelizing to complete your mission. That's a
yeah,
great step which you have taken. But I
yes.
would definitely say that probably you have not forgiven them, forgiven the happenings, become self-compassionate on
I
the.
left everything to the Almighty to
Brilliant.
make them realize. I only want them to realize. Of course, that is happening now. That is happening now. I don't have to go and educate them or teach
Of
them,
course.
or so everything is taken care of by the nature and by the Almighty, by the system now. Now they are able to realize, and I only feel satisfied that at least now the time has come for them to realize.
Absolutely, sir. So, what I was trying to reflect on your incident is
Yeah, thank you.
the thing is, you could have been more self compassionate towards yourself,
Okay.
right? So, because
Yeah.
the criticization, which I have not, though I haven't experienced directly, my husband was there part of the society twice
Okay.
in two different apartments. So, I have
Okay.
just silently observed the amount of negative stress, or I wouldn't say stress, it's the invisible pressures getting onto him,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
Those invisible pressures need to be compassionately first accepted by you. Yeah.
Right.
Compassionately accept it. Yes,
Yeah.
they are coming in. And
Yeah.
you have strong boundaries not to take them into your mind directly. So
Right.
that was something I could not see that in my husband as well. So
Okay.
it was like,
Actually,
yeah.
I'm sorry for the interruption.
Mhm.
Actually, one was I didn't want to shy away from my responsibilities.
Absolutely. Great.
And number two is that was my focus. 3 months extensive, activities and going into the depth and cleaning the whole apartment. It's about 2.2 acres land, and
Yeah.
the 11 blocks are there, and cleaning them up and calling the scavengers, outside agencies. Many, it's a Herculean task, it's a Herculean task, and I could somehow achieve those results. And even restoring the documents, which the whole office got submerged underwater, and
Brilliant.
re-establishing the whole thing, going to the registrar office, getting the documents back, and even 132 inmates whose documents were inside the association office, and the whole thing we had to re-establish, restore the whole thing, going to each and every flat owner and requesting them to get the copies made, and going to the banks, and all the bank documents got completely smudged. So the entire thing, and I didn't want to lose my track, lose my focus, lose my responsibilities. I was very conscious about my responsibilities. I didn't want to shirk my responsibilities, and that was not the time for me to quit. After 9 months only, I had quietly come out of the whole thing. And as I mentioned to you, the focus, and I
Yep.
was fully devoted, fully dedicated for this job. Whether people help me or not, I didn't bother about anything. I was not having my house. I was coming from Anna Nagar to KK Nagar by taxi. My wife was working. She was responsible in the department. She was working for Defense Ministry of Bharat Electronics as a head of the department, and she had to go there because the whole office got submerged. More than 500 crores worth of equipment were lost. She was asked to come to the office. So we both had to go to do other jobs, leaving our own two flats, my mother's house and my house. And we came back in the she used to come back in the evening, late nights. We used to work, do our personal house job, and cleaning the house and deploying the manpower and cleaning up the whole house. That happened only after nearly 20-25 days. Firstly, I had to do the whole apartment only. So I thought,
Mhm.
let me do my prime responsibility is to take care of the whole apartment. That was my prime duty. My house comes second or third. That takes
Understood.
the back
Understood.
seat and least priority. So
Mhm.
one is focus, one is dedication,
Okay.
one is commitment and involvement. Not bothered about any criticism or comments or getting into, I mean, emotional or getting into
Mhm.
controversies or getting
Mhm.
into conflicts with other people.
That's true.
I won't be focused only in my job,
In
did
your work.
everything to the best of my knowledge, and do it for your own conscience. You don't have to work for somebody else. You're doing it as your duty. And as I told you, we normally do a job in not in crisis, but in normal circumstances. You can do it as you're not even as a duty. You can do it as your passion, and you love the job when you do the job. When you do something new, something unique.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
So
Ranjan
this
sir.
is my experience I'm sharing with you. I
Great,
didn't want
great
to take much of
experience.
your time.
And kudos to all of you. I request each one of you to just take on your reactions and give
Thank
it
you.
on to Ranjan sir. And sir, one quick
Yes,
question to you. Have you ever patted your
yes.
shoulders for this?
I beg your pardon. Could you repeat, please?
Have you ever patted your shoulders for this accomplishment?
Never, never,
Can you do it
never.
now? Can you strongly do it now? Please go ahead and do
You
it.
know,
You deserve it.
one small thing is, one is having self pity or a self
It's not
patting or
self-pity,
appreciation.
it is a mark of self-love.
When you hear from others, and like, when it's your session, your day today, and we are here to listen from you, but I have taken too much of time of
That
yours.
is that is fine, Ranjan sir, but then I want you to do this. You deserve it. You're showing the love for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, when others say that's going to be awesome, and
Yeah,
that I
thanks.
request each one of the digital hands or in the comments, please do share your inputs there. Give a huge round of applause. Thank you so
Oh,
much,
thanks a lot.
Ranjan sir, for
I'm
this.
really, I'm humbled. I'm grateful to all of you and grateful to you and for motivating me. And at least this self patting is the new thing which I've learned today.
Yes,
And
yes. Please do pat
really,
yourself hard and tell me if you
yeah,
want to put it on this chat also fine, or one-on-one chat, how do you feel? I want you to
I
pat
really,
me hard.
I really felt I never shared this with in a general platform or in a public domain
Great.
like this. This is the
Okay.
first time I'm expressing my feelings and my opinion, sharing my experience with all of you. But normally I don't go and share this with everybody. I just keep it within my family only, my family
Thank
and
you so much.
my
We are
close
so
friends.
humble here. And thanks
Yeah.
for giving us an opportunity to provide our kudos as well to you, as you
Oh,
truly
thanks a lot.
deserve it.
So
Okay.
kind of you.
Yeah.
So kind of you. Thanks a lot. And we would like to listen to you more
Yeah.
from this session. So kind of
Definitely,
you.
yes.
So nice of you. All the very best. Your the
Thank you
session
so
is
much.
going on very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Ranjan sir. So thank you.
Yeah.
Now moving
Thank you.
forward, taking in Ranjan sir's experience all together, definitely yes. All these hoops, even though they are going to put us down, we can come out of this particular hoops in a wonderful way, and that is where I'm going to say we're going to do a small exercise, very small exercise, which can help. Which will be a small demonstration of what it is. Okay. And now let's get to understand who and why is this even happening? Okay. Now the first thing is the burn down. Okay. What normally happens when there is a burn down? When I'm expected by the, not probably, it's just invisible. No, I have to earn more money. I have to be the best everywhere. Right? If this is the invisible expectation, then what normally happens is there is an invisible ghost called as a high functioning ghost. சரியா அந்த கோஸ்ட் என்ன பண்ணும்னா நம்மள வந்து ஓட்டத்திலேயே ஓடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கு அந்த பராசக்தி படத்துல வரா மாதிரி தான் ஓடினேன் நம்மளும் ஒரு காலத்துல சொல்ல வேண்டியதுதான் ஓடினேன் இட் இஸ் நாட் தட் நம்ம ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட் ஆனதுக்கு பிறகு நம்ம ஸ்லோ டவுன் ஆகும் இட்ஸ் நாட் கோன் டு பி லைக் தட் சரியா so under ஒரு pressure of going on the high speed society, that is the one which is going to open up doors for this high functioning ghost. அப்ப நம்ம என்ன ஆகும்னா நிறைய பேர் இருப்பாங்க நான் CEO நான் MD I am doing this but within inside பாத்தீங்கன்னா they will not be at peace, they will not be at calm. They will have so much of bottled up emotions. Okay, ma? Regrets, guilt. Guilt could be நிறைய பேர் இப்போ high performing women or அவங்க கிட்ட பாத்தீங்கன்னா they do have very less time for their family and எங்கேயோ ஒரு மூலையில they will feel நம்ம ஃபேமிலி எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி அவங்களுக்கு டைம் கொடுக்க முடியலையோ அப்ப என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க சமாதானம் ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட் ஆன அப்புறம் பாத்துக்கலாம் ரைட் பட் ஆனா ரிட்டையர்மெண்ட் ஆனதுக்கு பிறகு வாட் வி வில் டூ வி வில் ரன் ஃபார் சம்திங் எல்ஸ் நாட் நெசசரிலி மணி சரியா ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஒன் பார்ட் ஆஃப் ஹூ அண்ட் த இன்விசிபிள் கோஸ்ட் இஸ் ஹை ஃபங்க்ஷனிங் கோஸ்ட் அண்ட் வை ஐ டூ தட் பிகாஸ் you traded your presence as of now today to be how productive என்ன பண்ணலாம் constantly thinking ஓகேவா ஏதாவது பண்ணணுமே but if you're being present wherever you are performing much better automatically நீங்க எதுவும் எக்ஸ்ட்ராவா போட்டு புழிஞ்சி நம்மள இது பண்ணி அது பண்ணி எதுவும் பண்ண வேண்டாம் you're just moving with the flow and you get productive automatically. There is no trade-off to be done. Seriya? That's the first thing. And the second one is about the fragmented self. நம்ம எல்லாரையும் போட்டு அழுத்துற ஒரு விஷயம் the so many thoughts, and we all have an invisible sage, guys. நம்ம நிறைய வந்து ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் புக்ஸ் படிச்சியோ இது பண்ணியோ தான் நம்ம ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் பீயிங் ஆளாங்கிறது கிடையாது. ஈச் ஒன் ஆஃப் அஸ் ஆர் ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் பீயிங்ஸ். பட் என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா நம்ம இந்த ஹை ஸ்பீட்ல போறதுனால அந்த ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் பீயிங்க மறந்தே போயிட்டு உட்கார வச்சிருவோம் ஒரு மூலையில. ஓகே, the lack of self awareness. Who am I? நம்ம எதுக்கு வந்திருக்கோம்? I did see on the chat so many people saying purpose. Yes, what is my purpose? I don't know. I'll get lost. And that is okay to not find it immediately. யாருக்குமே immediate-ஆ வேணும் நம்ம ப்ரெஷர் பண்ணிக்கவே தேவையில்ல. But the stress through this society created is about the invisible sage becoming invisible always. Remember this, guys, we all are spiritual beings. நம்ம எல்லாராலையும் we can accomplish complete calmness, complete peace, even in the worst of worst things happening in our life. Okay, ma? Agree with me, guys? Any thumbs up? You all agree with me? Are you all with me, guys?
I do not agree with the statement that everybody is a spiritual being, ma'am.
Yes.
I do not agree.
Okay. We can discuss upon that. I will tell you why we say.
No, I don't want to discuss it because you can't make a generalized statement that everybody is that all the 800 billion people today, 8 billion people are spiritual beings. You cannot make this general statement.
Okay, sir.
If you're talking about an intellectual framework, then it has to be qualified with the proper qualifiers.
It is an intellectual framework, and there is a lot
so you have to qualify it.
Research. That's why
there's no research. Can you show me a data? Can you show me a evidence-based data for study?
Like, can I share, finish this session and then give you that?
Yeah, please share evidence-based data showing that it is, for example, even today, high-level modern medicine with so much of RCTs and trials and everything, still they are not complete with respect to evidence-based data. They still have issues. We all know that. So something with the spirituality which does not have a measurement tool cannot be shown as evidence-based data. So it's an intellectual framework. So whatever you do, it has to be qualified with a statement. That the mistake of the religious people who talk with 5,000 people and create an authority tone, we cannot do that. So it's very important because you may not agree with me, but that is one of the reasons also people get into problem psychologically. Because when you do that, people think that, oh, I can't do it. Then what happens? Some astrologer, some samia, somebody uses the saying that you did a karma, you did a pavam, see, this is what you do like this one way. You generalize everybody that is spiritual, and somebody says you can't become spiritual because there's an issue with you. This is very important because you have to make a qualifying statement clearly as an intellectual framework. That is our responsibility also, right?
Why we are ingrada na kandipa ungalku solren sir. And we truly are.
But you have to demonstrate with a qualifying statement, right?
Even at this moment, I can tell you why we are. In the very moment என்னால demonstrate பண்ண முடியும்.
பண்ண முடிஞ்சா ஒரே மொமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்களேன். அப்ப ஒரு மொமெண்ட்ல பண்ண முடியும்னா you do it because I do not agree with you. So we can also take offline, but my point of view is that you can demonstrate now.
Offline கூட பண்ணலாம். So the thing is எனக்கு உங்களோட myth and the generic beliefs, we call that as a belief system. That's a deep rooted condition.
No, I don't have a generic belief. You have a generic belief, not me. You have a generic belief, and you are kind of generalizing everything. Said everybody is a spiritual being. You have a generic belief. I don't have a generic belief. I have a clear discrimination of what it is, right? I have the discriminating knowledge. I apply discrimination. You are the one who applies the general belief. So don't put me in general belief like everybody does it. No, I don't agree.
I hear you, sir. I hear you totally, Muthu sir. And I would definitely connect with you to share my point of view there. And with your permission, can we move on the session?
Yeah, please go ahead. I already registered my point.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, now why we do this? Because you feel done. Because somebody stop asking you what's next. Usually, namak in the feeling whenever we are nearing our retirement age. நமக்கு வந்து நம்ம இது வரைக்கும் ஆக்கியபைடா இருந்துட்டோம், and then later on what next அப்படிங்கிற question நம்ம எல்லாருமே போட்டு it will keep confusing us until we are able to stabilize ourselves and do it. And there's nothing right or wrong in having that. And then finally, we ourselves become so very confused and we get into the trap of the performative self. Productivity. Yeah, எப்போதுமே நான் வந்து பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும், ஏதா ஒன்று பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். So they are smiling outside, but internally they will be so very shattered. So ஒரு genuinity நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, யாராவது ஒருத்தர் வந்து தேங்க்யூ சொன்னாங்கன்னா நிஜமாவே அவன் தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்றானா, அவன் புரிஞ்சுதான் தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்றானா. இப்போ வந்து கிளாசிக் விஷயம், நம்ம பசங்க ஏதாவது தப்பு பண்ணுவாங்க, வந்து சாரி சொல்லுவாங்க, சரி ஓகே பசங்க தானே விட்டுருவோம். ரெண்டாவது வாட்டி அதே குழந்தை அந்த தப்பு பண்ணும்போது இவன் வந்து ரியலைஸ் பண்ணி தான் சொல்றானா. இது வந்து மோஸ்ட் லைக்லி இந்த நான் இப்ப சொல்ற சிச்சுவேஷன் we get into that when we are crossed a certain age. So we feel that we know everything. Okay, and the know everything ingiradhu probability anga jastiya irukku, but it is again a psychological trap. We call it as IDK trap. I know everything. I know everything. அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ட்ராப்புக்குள்ள each one of us can go at any point of time. அதனால என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, I will start filtering the point of views, great point of views, which will come from so many sides. எல்லா சைட்ல இருந்தும் certain people will come up with brilliant inputs. நம்ம chatலயே lot of people are giving amazing inputs. Okay, so அவங்களோட வித எல்லாத்தையுமே ஃபில்டர் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிரும். Because I am not from inside proper. Inside நான் சொல்லும் போது it is our true being. Okay va, what I am doing outside for the outside world, for the work and everything is definitely there. Who I am, who is the true being is within you. அது நீங்க வந்து ஃபோக்கஸே பண்ணாம you will just be surviving in this world. இந்த வேர்ல்டு நான் ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் வாங்கிட்டேன்னா, நான் வந்து கார் வாங்கிட்டேன்னா, அவனை விட நல்ல கார் வாங்கிட்டேன்னா ஐ எம் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைடுன்னு சொல்லி இருந்துருவோம். பட் வேர் இஸ் தட் இன்னர் பீயிங்? why he is shattered. அதனால நான் ஸ்மைல் பண்ணும்போது கூட I might not be genuine at all. I will be shattered totally from inside. And why that happens? Because நம்ம எல்லாமே எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே we are all so good at acting. So we are all very good actors. We all have masks. Quick masks. வேலைக்கு போனா I will be a different person. Friends கிட்ட I will be a different person. Family கிட்ட I will be a different person. And I have lot of kudos. I really appreciate Ranjan sir for saying, அவரே ஒத்துட்டு சொன்னாரு இத. நார்மலி நான் அந்த forumsல நான் இத சொல்ல மாட்டேன். I keep it to my family. So that is, I wouldn't say it as a mask. It's an adaptability which he has developed, and he has set these rules for him. It's only that. It's not a mask. Okay, it's definitely not a mask. But நம்ம mask போடுறதுனால என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, myself, my genuinity completely goes away. நான் இப்ப சாரி வந்து ஜெனுவனா சொல்றேன்னா, தேங்க்யூ ஜெனுவனா சொல்றேன்னா, I don't know. And thanks a lot, Muthu sir, for bringing on this perspective that you do not agree about it. We can definitely talk about that, but I appreciate his point of view. It takes a lot of courage to come to the forum and say, no, I disagree with you. Yes, tell me how many people out here has agree with the point of view which Muthu sir has given here, but you have not spoken. Can use your chat window, and that's totally fine. Just add a +1. That's it. Okay. So these are the reflections of those hooks which get onto oneself. That's why the topic ends with you. What is in for you? What is that I am losing? What is that I may have not learned? What is that I am gaining? All these things are going to be factors which will add on to that being. And that way, sila potentials, I will just ignore it. Na ada tape panna maten. And நம்ம முன்னோர்கள் எல்லாருமே they were able to tap their inner hidden potentials. So நம்ம முன்னோர்கள்ல நிறைய பேர் வந்து நம்ம சுவாமி விவேகானந்தர் ஆகட்டும், அவங்களோட intellect is amazing and it is great. And why do we get inspired by all these people? ஏன்னா they live as their true selves. They live as their true being. They never wore any kind of mask. They never wore. They were just themselves, the pure potential reflected across the world effortlessly. எதுவுமே effort அவங்க பண்ணலையே. And it's not only in India, நம்ம வெஸ்ட்லயும் எத்தனையோ பேர் இருக்காங்க. இந்தியால because we are already rich by land and knowledge, we shine without giving any extra effort. All effort you have to give is to work upon yourself, bringing it to a neutral thinking, neutral balance. இப்போ ஒரு சீசா எடுத்துக்கோங்களேன். ஒரு சீசால ஒரு பக்கம் வந்து என் சொசைட்டியோட எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன்ஸ், ஒரு பக்கம் மீ. What if I am tilted towards my society expectations? அடுத்தவங்களோட எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷனை மீட் பண்ண அதுக்கு மட்டுமே நான் லிவ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன்னா, the true me is on the downside. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? My mind is filled and my heart is filled with so many crowded emotions, unprocessed emotions, which is just not allowing me to go to the greater level. And the greater level is beyond even satisfying the expectations of society. Every one of us have that potential. I can make this statement, and I strongly can make this statement because I am not in the neutral balance. And that is how human is wired. That's also nothing right or wrong. Or human oda wiring appaditha we are made. We are made that way, and we are all, and the Almighty has given all the strength, the other side as well, where we can equally correct it and come to a thriving position where I can go to any heights. And that is why we see people, recent someone reached, I think there was one first blind woman who actually conquered the Himalayan summit. Why was she able to do that? Any ideas? Any thoughts? Why was she able to do that? Why are they going beyond everything? It's their sheer work on multiple aspects, sheer work on building their inner resilience. Every hurdle மேல ஏறி மேல மிதிச்சு வரணும்ன்ற அந்த resilience she built ஒரு பக்கம். இன்னொரு பக்கம் strong physical training, which is a must. So both has to go in parallel, but in a balanced and focused way. And we all have that capability to do, irrespective of whichever age we are in. I'll take a pause now. Do you all agree with me? Thank you, Ranjan sir. Thank you. மத்தவங்க எல்லாரும் don't agree? எடுத்துக்கலாமா? Sir?
Madam, there's a lot of views are there. I don't know. Again, want to create some kind of a disagreement in the forum. People should not feel bad about it. It's not about the question. The problem in human psychology, madam. You have to. I'm sorry if I'm not talking about this. But if you, it's very clearly mentioned in Adhyasa Bhasha by Adi Shankara. Everybody, I'm sure you might have read it based on your knowledge. That is a superimposition. It clearly says that. A generative an idea is a not well before this modern psychology and Sigmund Freud. If you read Adi Shankara's Adhyasa Bhasha, and everybody should read it, I feel, he clearly states that the issue always comes, but the difference between vidya and avidya is a superimposition. And that is what we are all following. So when you generalize something, right, somebody is doing because of resilience, it's a different view because there's a lot of different issue with the human psychological factor as well as subconscious factors. It's not generalized. Like example, வானம் வசப்படும் வானமே எல்லை அதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் குரு ஸ்டேஜில் பேசுறதுனா கை தட்டலாம். But out of 8 billion people today, 8.5 billion people today, less than 10 people are achieved heights in the world, or 100 people, or less than 1%. So it is not that everybody can achieve it. So there is a disparity in what happens in the life. Nobody questions that. Okay, out of the 8.5 billion people, we can count, you and me can count in the last 200 years, less than 1,000 people would achieve the heights what you talked about. So that doesn't come under a general statement about it. So you have to read a book called Range, which beautifully I can explain to you if you have time the difference between that great golf the champion and Roger Federer of tennis. If you look at both of them, one is a range, one is a focus. The focus alone does not give greatness. For example, Roger Federer never followed your point of view about the focus. He was different. He was a complete range model. Whereas the I forgot the name, the golf guy, the greatest golf guy, and he was something different. He was focused. Tiger Woods. Is it a focus? The two, you read a book called Range. Everybody should read it. It's a clear explanation between what happens in Tiger Wood and what happens in Range. Both are completely different from what he talked about, and both achieved greatness. So I can give a lot of examples like that. How?
Muthu, sir.
So it is. My view is that. One of the things we have to be very careful in when you are qualifying is that you have to have a qualifying statement when you are actually generalizing things. That is only a point of view. I'm sorry if I'm disagreeing with you, but that's fine, what, if we look at it, almost everybody in the world, every experts in the world, they talk about this discrimination and the qualifying statements. And if you do that, that is where the challenge comes in, madam. That's what I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Muthu, sir. So, okay, great example cited, and I hear him absolutely. And that is exactly what I'm saying. There is no right approach. There is no wrong approach. Achievement to greatness is through your inner being. Achievement to greatness is through they're all channels. Okay. Let me give a simple example. You are knowledgeable. You are a great intellect. Each one of us have their intellects. Okay. And we are progressing in our lives simply very well. Now, the knowledge which you have acquired, if you are not able to, let us say, use 1%. I'm just taking a very random example, okay, without pointing out to anybody. What happens to your mental quotient is you just start feeling, okay, I have achieved a PhD. I have done so many accomplishments. Why am I sitting here? It's just your mental voice, your inner voices which goes in your head. It comes and tells you, okay, you know everything. There are so much proofs. There's so many accomplishments in this globe. And I'd like to say whatever Adi Sankaracharya has written, and we should take the pride, all our ancestors have written about our minds and our psychology in a different language though, but the foundations have been already written by ancestors. And what the West people are doing is through their clinical researchers, their research studies, they have various questions, they have their models, they choose their sample size, and then they come to a conclusion based on the hypothesis, based on the result, and they write books. All of us read those books and we acquire knowledge from them. That's the, I wouldn't say not at all the apathy, but it's just we are in the slight disadvantage where our ancestral roots are really, really strong enough to give knowledge about science, every aspect of science, but in a different language. And then the language also goes into a controversy right now. That's the reason why I am not taking into the account the language name even. That's the way human evolved. English is now the so-called global speaking language. Okay? Yes, Thiru sir, I can definitely reach out to you for private counseling. I'll contact you. You can be rest assured. I'll definitely contact you. Thank you so much. So yeah, so now I could just give you in this 90 minutes a brief overview. There's much more what happens and why we are done. And Muthu sir, if you really aspire to go into an achievement into sports at any point of time, we can do that. And resilience is again an English, sirf English, pure English terminology, which is being called for number age old thing of willpower and mana urudhi. இன்னும் சொல்லணும்னா மன உறுதிக்கான ஒரு ஃபேன்சி டெர்மினாலஜி இஸ் ரெசிலியன்ஸ். இந்த மன உறுதி இல்ல எப்படி வேணா யார் வேணா அது மாதிரி கொடுக்கலாம். அது நம்ம பெரியவங்க கிட்ட நிறையவே பார்த்திருக்கோம். We would have inspired, get ourselves inspired with our own houses. எத்தனையோ பேர் in different ways they would have inspired us. Okay va? Fine. So moving forward, this is one of the thing, and now we'll just take a very small demo. I want one volunteer here. Who will come? Yaar vena vanga. Anyone. Okay, it's a very small tool where quickly I want you to change the perspective, the wiring, because this particular tool in NLP operates at the subconscious level and it changes the beliefs which may be limiting you. Okay, we'll take a generic one. So who I need one person here. Who's coming here? Nobody?
Purselvi, maybe you can call Purselvi.
Okay. Purselvi, Pavam. Yes, Purselvi. Okay. Purselvi. Okay. Purselvi, நீங்க இருக்கீங்களா இல்ல ரஞ்சன் சார் வந்து வாலண்டியர் பண்றேன்னாங்க. I think Purselvi is not there. Yes, Ranjan sir. Okay. Now, a quick question to you. I have taken one example to show you. Imagining the scenario as a very heavy, crowded traffic. Okay, va? Snail traffic in vechukome. நம்மளோட மைண்ட் எப்படி இருக்கும்? யாரா ஒருத்தர் வந்து முன்னாடி போல அண்ட் இப்ப கிளாசிக்கா என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா எவ்ரிபடி ஹேவ் தியர் மொபைல்ஸ் hooked up to the cars. either படம் பாக்குறாங்க, பாட்டு கேட்கறாங்க, இல்ல நம்ம தான் ஸ்னீல் டிராபிக்கா இருக்கேன்னு அவங்களோட ஓன் ட்விட்டர்லயோ வாட்ஸ்அப்லயோ போயிடுறாங்க. ஸோ யாராவது ஒருத்தர் வந்து முன்னாடி போகல அப்படின்னா இமீடியட்டா நம்ம ரியாக்ட் பண்றது இப்படிதான். அக்ரி?
Yeah, I agree.
Spontaneous. ரைட்டா? So இத
Right.
மாதிரி just bring into your mind one particular thing you want to work upon. However, I will say that அதே சிச்சுவேஷன்ல நம்ம எனி டைம் இப்படியே ரியாக்ட் பண்ணணும்னு அவசியமே கிடையாது. We can be calm, peaceful, ஹாப்பியா இருக்கலாம். The happiness is something we are going to uncover. It's all within us, and we all deserve to be happy all the time, and it is possible. சரியா? So Ranjan sir,
Yeah.
you tell me, நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு விஷயத்தை மாத்தணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களா? Let's quickly go and change it. அதுக்கு
Yeah.
அதுக்கு அசோசியேட்டட் இமேஜ் சொல்லுங்க. How does it feel சொல்லுங்க எனக்கு. அதோட அதை டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க எனக்கு. How is that image?
Here, of course, the images what you've shown, one
Yeah.
is it's a crowded area and a heavy traffic jam is there, and the traffic is virtually not moving. And some people are busy in their own businesses inside their vehicles. And some people are gossiping, some people have patience to wait. Some people.
One of you is Ranjan sir. Okay.
Okay. If I'm not at the wheels and I'm not driving, I would rather get down and try to pave help others to pave way and to ease out the traffic jam in case there is a sort of a traffic confusion created by some few riders or the drivers of the vehicles. So I would either get down, go and try to help out the moving traffic to pave way and ease out the confusion, the traffic congestion, and then I try to help them out in guiding them to clear out the traffic jam. This is one way of doing it. This is my way of doing it.
You are there in the wheels, Ranjan sir. Sorry?
If I am in the wheels.
Okay.
If I'm in the wheels.
Let's get to the scenario. So I'll tell you what swish is. எல்லாருக்குமே swishங்கிறது ஒரு tool. Okay. It is there to help the rewiring of one particular change in my behavior. So this reaction is one behavior. சரியா?
Right.
Okay. So அத மாதிரி அதுக்கு அசோசியேட்டட் இமேஜ் நான் அப்படி கொடுத்திருக்கேன் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள். So Ranjan sir, உங்களோட ஒரு behavior maybe you want to change and this tool helps you to quickly change it.
I would rather focus on the roadside itself, looking at the.
நான் கேக்குறது Ranjan, it's up to your choice sir. நீங்க either இதே scenario pick up பண்ணிக்கலாம் இல்ல it is your choice. And the choice பண்ணிட்டு you describe the image.
I'm not accepting the right side image.
You have to bring the crane operators to the factory.
So no, I only feel really pity because I'm on the 100-feet road, Ashok Nagar, and every day morning I find the same situation during peak hour. I only feel really.
We are staying in the guest house.
Okay. See, really, I feel disturbed, mentally disturbed, perturbed, and I have taken a lot of videos also. When the ambulance comes, get caught in between the traffic in the early hours, and then they keep giving the siren, and nobody gives the way, paves the way, and then there are certain set rules, procedures, and people have to have the sympathy for those the patients inside, the critical patients inside the ambulance, and they don't give way, and they just take their own the path, and then they don't move out. They don't even give the side to the ambulance. So that's sort of very situations we see, and almost every day it happens in our main road, 100-feet road, and every day.
Point எடுத்திருக்கீங்க சார், கரெக்டான பாயிண்ட் எடுத்திருக்கீங்க.
But
இதுல ரஞ்சன் வந்து என்ன மாத்தணும்னு நினைக்கிறாங்க. Okay, so I'm telling you about the situation.
I will tell you. One is,
I hear the solution, sir. I'm telling about the behavior.
I'm trying to tell you. See, number one, Number one, the basic fundamental one, I'm telling you
Mm.
that first of all, the people should feel, I mean, if they get into that situation, if they are in the ambulance,
Mm.
they get the same situation, what will happen to me? If I were in that position, if the ambulance is
Empathy.
failing to go out, what will happen to my life? If everybody starts thinking like that, that is lack of awareness, lack of sympathy, lack of
Empathy, sir.
humanity. And
Mhm.
the other thing is indiscipline, traffic rules. They don't follow the traffic rules because they know they can get away. And there are no stringent rules, procedures. First of all, the basic thing, if you dive deep into that, you will find
Mm.
the corruption is the most the basic thing. People
Uh-huh.
feel that 50, 100 I give, I escape. And everyone feels that they're selfish. People feel they want to go first, either to their office or to their homes. They feel that I should go first, I should reach first. So that tendency should be, the attitudes must change. There should be either self-discipline or somebody should teach them the discipline, awareness. The government or the private NGOs or people should have some documentary, some in the TV channels, instead of watching all the Tamil serials in Sun TV and Kalinga TV and all that, all useless serials. They can just have some documentary where they keep educating them. Like, for example, this situation, they have to create a video, create a movie, a documentary, and show them this is the situation. If the one life is lost, yeah, by the time they reach the hospital, the life will be lost. There could be a critical patient, and it's an ICU ambulance, and the ambulance is struggling. How much ever the ambulance driver, he tries, or he may be an expert, but he won't be able to reach the hospital. And this kind of situation, either the government should take care or the people should themselves try to follow the discipline rules and have sympathy, empathy, and consideration, humanity, and they should have the human angle to that, and understand the criticality, understand the emergency, understand the situation. So yeah, everyone should, people should start realizing, and government also is responsible. We are also responsible. I would say that even volunteers, even I am ready to volunteer. If some
Awesome.
NGO is there, I try to educate the people. I keep telling them. I have made some videos standing on the roadside, and I was feeling helpless. And even if I go and give it to the government, I don't know what will happen. What will be the real action? What is going to really happen? So the basic system itself, the same people when they go to other countries, maybe Dubai or US or any country or Singapore, they will be penalized, and the priority should be given to an ambulance. So that sense of fear, sense of discipline, and all these things must come within. And this is what it pains me sometimes. Why
Absolutely, I
people are.
hear that, sir. It
Yeah,
definitely pains.
this is the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this exercise is basically pointing out to what you're saying only, right?
Yeah.
And change
Yeah.
begins from within,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's right.
when we say that, irrespective of whether I am in India, China, USA, or everything,
Yeah.
understanding that ambulance with a siren takes more priority than where I am traveling to a destination,
Yeah.
the change in wiring I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay. So this swish is a tool which will apply to many scenarios where,
Okay.
as an individual, I feel that I am very reactive. எனக்கு ரொம்ப கோவம் வருது.
Right.
Okay, let me say I'm very reactive. நான் இந்த ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷனை ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளா புரிய வைக்கிறதுக்கோசரம் I took it.
Right.
ஜெனரலா பாத்தீங்கன்னா, if there is an extended traffic jam, people start shouting.
Right.
They will not understand the difficulty of the traffic police guy
Yeah.
who's trying to regulate.
Right.
They just become so impatient and they start reacting and yelling. அதனால நம்ம, it's okay if we don't realize, but we are putting the invisible performance ghost into the traffic policeman.
Yes.
Okay. And
there are
the
only
next
two ways.
thing,
One is
yes, yes,
either
this is a
either
way, ma'am.
people should
Sir
follow.
Ranjan sir, let me just complete.
Yeah.
So what we do as people is we have to change the wiring. Let me not react. But let me try to respond as you said. Get down from the car, go to the traffic policeman and ask, do you require assistance? I am a citizen who is willing to ask. Have you done this any point of time, Ranjan sir? I heard
Yes,
you say.
I have done it in New Delhi.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Kudos to you. So this is the responsibility, or this is something which is wired internally. If I am least giving priority to the ambulance and the importance of it.
Can I take a leave?
Sorry? Okay. So I will never progress. And in turn, I will not help the people around me also. Because change begins from here, from me. And I would not be sitting here for the government to come and impose strict rules. I don't need government to tell. I don't need government to increase the penalization. I don't
Penalization indirectly leads to the corruption.
See, you see the trickling effect? And I am unhappy about the corruption as well. I am giving somebody to take advantage of the situation and earn more money. Why?
That's what happened.
Rather, that's why I'm saying we coaches out here work on the inner being. Providing solutions which are connected to so many societal bodies. It's not an easy road, but the most easiest thing to do is change the reflection I have. And that is very, very much possible the moment I decide to change. I start embracing my change and not resisting it. And classic resistance in this example I will give is sab kuch chalta hai, bindas. Everything is accepted. I am living in India. I don't want to be an odd man out. Be a Rome in a Rome. Only if I be like this in India, only I can survive. These are all myth.
Madam, can I come in for a minute here?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the fundamental issues in the world is something called impact and consequence. Almost everybody is an engineer in this forum, I think, all from Anamala University. So they will know straight away impact consequences model. And the theory, which is a thing, is that the major consequences, major impact always arises not from majority, only from a minority. I'll give you an example. If you look at the election results, for example, every time, whichever is the party, we're not talking about any particular party election. There's a party A and a party B and a party C is there. Every election you see, every party will have a base votes. Let's say each party has got a 20% base votes are there. And then they always get that, plus or minus 2%. But what happens if you look at the entire winning, even like in Indian system, for example, a winning party would takes a ruling of the state or the central government would have won by 42 or 43% of the votes. The losing party would have taken 39 or 40%. Just by 3%, they would have lost the power. And that's what happening. Look at all the elections of the India. Very rarely there's a more than 10% difference between the winning party and the losing party. It's always less than single digit number. And that's what is happening in the whole concept is that only about most of the parties get the same votes again and again because people are determined to give that particular vote to the particular party. The decision is taken by only with the 5%. And the 5% who are kind of, which can be anybody, who are not an indecisive or they actually dynamic people. They may vote for anybody they like for whatever reasons. That is one of the reasons every party is throwing freebies, ideas, attractions, because only for the 5%. Because, for example, if I am guy, if I know I'm going to vote for a party, I know whether it is going to whatever it, I'll vote for that party, that base vote. So that minority 5% actually determines the future of the state or the country by selecting a ruler. The same thing happens with respect to a virus or bacteria, for example. 99% of the bacteria and virus are not harmful for us. Only 1% is harmful for us. And that's what create a major problem, like the COVID-19 or whatever. So similar to the concept of that, if you look at that's how the majority of the advertisements, marketing agencies use that. Because if I have 1 minute more, you look at, for example, I was talking to a regional manager of a popular brand, soda brand. I don't want to tell the name, which we all use actually, the drinks. And I told him that we know whether it is harmful for the people, but why do you sell it so much? And he gave a simple example. That time when I was talking to him in 2016 in Malaysia, and there were only about 7.6 billion people. After all the calculations, they removed old people, aged people, young children, all these things people who can afford. Finally, he said people who can afford to buy these drinks are less than about 1 billion people out of the 7.6. Out of the 1.6 people and all the distribution, he's talking about 1%. So his market, worldwide market of that particular brand, everybody know the name of the brand. It comes in free with the pizza and KFC chicken wherever you go. That brand, he sells approximately 60 to 80 million drinks per day. That's all their target is. And he says that is less than 1% of the people who can afford. Not this from 1% of 7.6 billion, 1% of 1 billion people. So we are only looking for gullibles, foolish people who has no thinking about their health, who can spend money and eat it. And that is exactly every major brands, everybody, all the conning people, everybody look at it. They look at that 1%. Suppose you are very intelligent. They yeah, sorry, want to con you. He will not come to you because you know that. A lot of analysis have been done for the scam, the Nigerian princess scam and all this. If you look at it, they purposefully put an email with a lot of meaningless, stupid comments, wrong grammar, sentences, everything. They do it purposefully, not because they don't know. Because if suppose Anushka madam is reading it, you are very intelligent, say, this is a scam. The language itself is so good. You won't even come to it. They use it as a filter to remove all the intellectual people. So somebody reading that and still clicking that link means he's a fool already. So he can be easily conned. There's a filter they use. And we, all the intellectual people, most of the people talk about we should do this, all these things. What happens is, even people, the traffic jam, you take it about, even 90% of the people realize that I have to do this. There are always 10 to 20% will not realize it. And they are the one creating a problem. In a country like India, for example, 60% of the people want to work hard. They pay their taxes. They want to live a peaceful life. It's very clear. The problem creators are only 10 to 20%. And because the population is 140 crores, the 20% becomes around 30 crores, and they create so much a problem everywhere we live. So we do not bother about the 70% of the people who are already good. They're already good. They are the one who will be talking to you. Only if I am good, I'll come to you and say, I want a counseling session to you because I want to change myself. Somebody doesn't bother. He doesn't care about anything else. And that is what is happening. The minimum, irrespective of what you do, that situation in the traffic here cannot change. Whatever you do, laws, penalties, and self-reliance, and all these things, mainly because the 10 to 20% will never realize it. And that minority will create consequences. To resolve that issue, we cannot, the method you are describing now about self-reliance, understanding, teaching people, is all positive elimination process. We call it as PEP. But what we have to apply to the industry is something called reduction ad absurdum technique we use by French. It is called proof by contradiction. That proof by contradiction reaches out to the 20% of the people, not the 80%. The positive elimination process, which you are trying to say, is going to the 80% of the people. They're already good. They listen to you. If I'm coming to you for your counseling session, I'm already good in my mind. I want to change. That's why I'm coming to you. But how we are going to reach out to the people who doesn't care about that? They are the people creating problem. So the positive elimination process never works, but governments do it mainly because that's how they can get attracted. They get votings and vote whatever it is. And every organization does it mainly because that's how they can keep the people in place. They do everything out. If you look at all this thing today, even today, most of the people, places like this, when the 20%, even government doesn't care. You do whatever you want. They don't bother about it. Nobody bothers about them because they can't do, and they are the one creating problem. So our aim should not be with the 70 to 80% because they are easy. They are low hanging fruits. You can change them. But the 20% is difficult. They are the one creating all these problems. And we have to think that way. Unless governments think that proof by contradiction method apply to that 20%, this will not change. Simple example to close out. Only 2% of people are criminals in this world. But all the laws are made for the 2%. The remaining 98% suffer because of the 2% of the people. And unless we change the 2%, remaining 98 will keep on suffering. You don't have to go to the remaining 98% to say that don't do mistakes, don't steal. They're not already doing that. They are not in the 98%. So that is the issue we have. We are focusing on the majority who are already in the line in the boundary conditions to change them from one level to another level. But the people who are outside the periphery, we do not bother because you cannot reach out to them. They will ignore you. Irrespective of what you do, they will ignore you. That is where the problem lies.
Thank you so much, sir. I hear you. Maybe I would be interested to connect with you one-on-one, and great statistics you have brought through. Yeah. So we can talk further on this, sir. And I have been working with mixed people. And let me tell, we are all mixed bag of people, right? No individual is perfect. And intellect is, again, a personality trait. And I would be happy to tell that each and every human being is capable of demonstrating 2,000 personality traits. That's the one, and the researchers are continuously on. They might come up with more additional personality traits. But every human being can be demonstrating 2,000 behavioral traits. And with a neutral balance of mind, there is a value system which drives every human being, which is need to be evolved continuously. Okay. And the value driven thing doesn't remain constant in our lives. If it remains constant, life is going to become robotic. Because we are human, because we have knowledge, because we have intellect, it doesn't remain the same. We are driven by a certain set of values, and every individual goes by that. And in that way, there are many, many conclusions made through studies in the area of psychology, which we can talk later on. Yeah. So, but then I wanted to introduce about this Swish tool, which is a very quick technique to change behaviors. We can work on one-on-one, may not be in a forum, which can quickly help us to not react in lot of situations we all are put through in every single day. Now, a quick interesting question. Let's imagine that every single day in the morning, all of us are granted with 100% of energy throughout the day. What is the one thing you would want to do for yourself? Give me in the chat. We're all given 100% energy all throughout the day. And of course, the intellect mind will never agree to this immediately, spontaneously. It's never going to do. But I'm going to give you this entire room to think towards it. Okay? We all have 100% of energy every single day in the morning for sure. What is the one thing you want to do for yourself? What would that be, Ranjan? Do at least one thing for someone is your priority, right? Great value system. Kudos. Okay. And if you want to describe what would that one thing be to do for someone? Thank you. Say thank you. Brilliant. That's great. Gopi sir, Chinni,
Yes, yes.
what is the one thing you want to do for yourself given you have 100% energy? No one wants to do anything for yourself apart from Ranjan sir. What would that one contribution to society you want to do? And when you do that contribution for society, it is for yourself as well. That's my understanding. Is it right, sir?
Yes, yes.
Then what would that one thing be? Saying thank you. It's very tiny act. No big act. I'm not looking for anything big or small, nothing. No judgments at all. Reading Kalidas. Okay, great, wonderful. Kindness, being kind, awesome. Okay. Wow. Look at the thinking it's coming. So, yeah. What would that one thing you want to do for yourself? Every single day, sir. Reaching, serving, and developing people. I'm asking for yourself. Again, hear out to me, 100% of energy is available for everybody. Okay. What is the one thing you would want to do for yourself? Sir, thinking is great. Doing it for society, everything is great. I saw, who was it? Mind, body, soul. Make the mind and body, soul work for the day. Beautiful. Enrich others. Enlightenment. Wow. Great. Yoga, meditation for keeping you fit. See? Now, another question. If the guarantee of 100% energy is not given, then would you not try to attain knowledge? Would you not try to attain enlightenment? Would you not do any of these? Sir, there's nothing right or wrong. If you want, if you feel free to unmute and talk if you want. Okay. Be positive, wow. Optimistic. Wow. Thank you so much, Ranjan. Attend my session. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, great. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. The reason why I am posing such questions is to make you think. Do you feel that energy is one thing which is stopping you from doing something for yourself? And believe me, guys, change begins from you. No matter how much you do to the society. Climate change, climate again, change begins from inside. And I have been trying hard in my house to do the basic thing, waste segregation. segregating the waste. Has anyone thought about this? This is a small contribution which I can do to the larger climate change. Sustainability. In your own apartment, I know there are a lot of apartments who are already doing it. Recycling. Ensuring less plastic in your apartments. Becoming, every small change, believe me, sir, slowly and steadily, the society will also begin to change. Visible changes will come in the society. I'm not talking about the ones which are there in the current and the present, at least with respect to sustainability and waste segregation. Tamil Nadu is not performing enough as compared to other states. Bangalore government has taken, we started 30 years back. Beautiful, awesome, and you're sustaining it, but please try to inspire the people around as well. Okay, reliance on taking the government to take a step, not sure. Of course, we have moved a long way. When it comes to cleanliness, Chennai has definitely traveled a long way where we are able to have a much cleaner roads. At least the main roads are very much clear. They are always maintained neat. However, the most used roads which are within is no questions to be yeah. Sorry, someone is...
With the permission of everybody in the forum, madam, I would like to say something about this climate. See, the fundamental thing about whatever we talk about, people individually taking care and the cities taking care, is primarily for aesthetics, sanitation, health, environment, and the beauty of it, and the cleanliness, and all of them. That is good, fantastic, but nothing to do with the climate. The climate is a word used. There are a lot of complexities available around the climate change. If you have seen the COA conferences across the world, there is equal against to the far. They will have open debates. Of course, our social media does not do that, and many people try to make money in the name of climate change. So they will always be propagandas. But if you look at these real conferences, if 50 people talk about far, 50 scientists will be talking about against it. Main reason is that in the last 2.58 million years, the world has seen 6 ice ages. For approximately every 60,000 years, an ice age will come. For example, the last ice age ended around 12,500 years ago. And that time, New York was under ice. Entire Western, most of the North America was under ice at that time. You can see it in Google. You can go to ChatGPT, you can ask, they will confirm that. So that ice was retreated 12,500 years back, creating this entire where we are today. Now it's happened. That time there was nobody, no factories, no building, nothing was there, no human population so much. We are not creating damage to the population. So what happened to that temperature? The temperature was a cycle for last 2.58 million. 6 times it has come. When the temperature cools down, it creates an ice everywhere in the world, most of the places, not in the southern hemisphere, the northern hemisphere. And then when the temperature brings up, the ice will retreat and go back. So Antarctica and Arctic was formed 12,500 years before. So what is happening today with the temperature? Because a natural cycle, whether you do it or not. And that is one of the biggest argument against climate change. A lot of governments do climate change. A lot of people go in for the climate change because they spend a lot of money and they make a lot of money out of it. Carbon capture and all these things. So it's become a more of a commercial venture rather than a scientific venture. Scientists basically are divided into 2 equal opportunities. All the scientists who have got Nobel Prizes, one of them saying that climate change is true. Other says you do whatever you want. Climate change is a natural phenomena happening in the nature based on the last 2.5 million years. So we have to. That's what I'm telling. When you're educating our people and everything, it's not about the. Nature does not require any of us to sustain. It is sustaining for 4.5 billion years. Who are we who came just 200,000 years before and then can do the something? It is our own wrong intelligence we are talking about. Nature existed. Earth is existing for 4.5 billion years. And we were there for what, 200,000 years. The later generation came 10,000 years back. Modern, all these things 100 years back. We cannot do anything. But even that climate is doing. So we have to teach our children discipline from the sense of aesthetics, sanitation, health and growth and discipline, environment, rather than talking about bigger things. And that is what is very critical, I think.
I hear you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, I was just only referring to the teaching to your children, the basic fundamental thing which can begin from a house, right? I do understand bigger changes is not to be controlled in this room. It cannot be as well. The tiny change, the main focus in this room is yourself. What is in control is Muthu. Muthu can change to a best version of Muthu itself. Okay? And knowledge, along with a balanced approach, is going to take you to greatness. Not only knowledge, intellect, and everything. That's what I am trying to bring in as a perspective here. And the effort is a journey which each one of us in this planet who's living will take and become a conscious being for life of abundant happiness. And happiness is not something which has to be granted by somebody. It is innate. It is so much innate with Muthu itself. Okay? Okay. Moving on. So I took a talk
இப்போ
about...
அந்த ஆபரேட்டர்ஸ் கூப்பிட்டு வரதுக்கு அந்த இவனை சொல்லியிருக்கேன் யாராவதுமா
Hello.
அக்குப்பாடம் கேசிபி ஆபரேட்டர் இருக்கான்ல.
Okay. Then there's a small invitation which I want to give to the team, to everybody in this room on behalf of the company. So what exactly I'm talking here is the soul enrichment, that is you. I will be a guide using the tools which are proven, and I'm not too much sure how many of you here know Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has been using NLP for millions of people and upon himself as well. I'll give you a small biography. Tony Robbins was deducted of cancer in the age of 20 when he became a successful entrepreneur. That did not stop his journey at any point of time. He took the help of NLP and he was able to work on himself, and he is sustaining. He is 70 years now, still going strong and living a life which he has designed upon himself. He has unleashed and tapped his own potential. He works out. He has set out a routine. He works out in the gym. He's very, very well built. You can check out in the net. His name is Tony Robbins. He works out every single day. He lifts lot of weights, and all the doctors have told the system, his machine, the system when I mean is our body, has started growth hormones because of his strict routine, which is able to sustain the growth of the cancer cells. And they are scientifically completely amazed, and they are doing research focusedly on that. Can this model help other patients? Can I make that as a pattern and industry? Why I give this example, NLP is such an excellent tool to do the rewiring, so that I am not saying that you will have to fight a disease. All I am saying is you live an abundant life filled with happiness, no matter what the worst challenges life is going to give, because life is filled up with challenges. I'm not here to promise that life is never going to give challenges to you. What Lumine's soul is going to tell you, I'm just going to be there to guide you to enrich your soul continuously so that you can be happy me, successful me, peaceful me, and become the best version of yourself by unleashing your untapped potentials. Okay? And this is a phase of calm eyes, probably with people who are balanced and neutral in the world. You would have observed their eyes be calm no matter what chaos goes around them. They're able to be in a meditative, calm position, even if somebody keeps 100-kilo ice next to them. Okay, this is the capability a human comes with this being in the world. Okay, and as a coach, I would be assisting you to unleash your own potentials. And thank you so much to each one of you for being extremely interactive in this whole session, making the entire room enlightened for this 90 minutes. I lost track of the time, sir. Gopi sir, I'm not too sure how much of time this session has run through. I'm just taking 90 minutes. So thank you so much. And with that, I would end my presentation and I would take question and answers provided people have time.
Thank you, Anusha. We'll quickly run through the question answer session now. Yeah,
Yeah.
participants, you may please unmute and ask your questions. Yeah, Vichu, you have a question?
Yes, he did mention, sir, in the beginning only.
Yeah, anyone has a question, you may please unmute and ask, please.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir, you might have to speak a little bit loud.
Vichu, you're muted.
No, he's speaking low. I think he needs to
Okay.
come closer to the mic. Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, as when you're young, you think, we think that we do things for ourselves, when we want to achieve this and that. But as we age, we realize actually we hardly live for ourselves. When you, at least, I said, I do not know how the people in abroad live. But in India, we actually don't live for ourselves. We go to school not because we enjoy. We go to college not because we want. We go to work not because we even have to. We go because others tell, do this. We live several lives. Unlike a lot of Westerners, they are able to pursue their passion, their happiness. So as we age, we realize that adaptability. Because we are social animals. Basically, we are not spiders. We have to live. So most of the time, we end up pleasing other people. Even at I'm 65, even at this age, I'm not living for myself. So whomever you mentioned, the great saints or great scientists, you say, or Abdul Kalam, whoever it is, great people, really did they adjust their lives? I'll say 80% of our lives keep other people happy. And that is why we are not able to live up to our potential at all. So we get carried away. Everything we do. Maybe your children's wedding also. We hardly know 2,000, 3,000 people. And we spend a fortune. We live in houses because our social status expects us to have so many bedrooms. We drive, we cannot live. All great people you see, from Mahatma Gandhi to Ramana Maharishi and all that, they didn't care about their family. They didn't care about anybody else. They only cared for themselves. In one way, they were very selfish because they only bothered. They couldn't care less how they dressed, what they eat, when they, where they went, where they slept. For me, everything, my life even is controlled by the maid who comes to my house. I cannot take a decision. My maid controls my life. My 88-year-old mother controls my life. My married daughter, my son-in-law's family controls my life. How I dress, what functions I go, whether we have to attend weddings or not. I do not know about Westerners, but in India, we have 10% of our life only we are in control. Rest we live for others and only for others. And the sooner we realize that, at a young age, we realize that actually you can be very happy because you think that's your fate. Like, you accept that you have got 2 hands and 2 legs. You don't aspire for 6 hands, and 10 heads. So you just accept it. I think that is what you should teach people, to be happy with what they have, whatever the circumstances. Because by the time you realize this is what you actually, a lot of time is lost in it, and you are not even able to decide what things you have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, and kudos to you for bringing out. I really appreciate, sir. Of course, I'll tell you, this is a huge, huge, huge societal condition. I will tell you, we are imbibed, so wired that at young age, we would not reach out for even help. We are taught that don't ask for help. More specifically, when it comes to breaking a stigma. This is a stigma. You would have grown up in a family which demonstrated this, right? But it doesn't mean that you would seek the same thing. People's pleasing is, again, I'm telling you, sir, is one of the personality trait anybody can do. I also do. But the real enlightenment comes, when should I do, when I should not do. And that when doesn't depend upon the family. It is your choice. It is definitely your choice. When do you want to please? Whom do you want to please? And again, the same person, do I do it always? Or?
We can't escape.
No, it is.
We cannot cut off. We cannot say. Great saints could cut off from the society. Great scientists could be. Nobel laureates could be.
I agree.
Ordinary people.
I am as ordinary as you are, sir. I am no saint. I am just no saint. And I am with you. I hear you. I disagree. So let's agree. What I disagree is, age is never an obstacle to break my pattern. The more you keep telling to yourself, I can't do it, you will get convinced I cannot do it. But a tiny, tiny baby step, when I say baby step, it could be, maybe, I'm just taking an example, sir, please don't get me wrong. The t-shirt which your daughter chooses, you can say, I choose to wear this t-shirt because I like it. It's a tiny change. It's a very, very small change to tell the person that you have your own preferences and you deserve respect towards what you are. As you respect their choices, they are entitled to respect your choices. But, however, I will also tell you it is not easy, sir. But it is just a time which you take to make that step. It's push yourself out of this tiny comfort zone. It's not an escape. It's definitely not an escape. It's a strong societal conditioning. And sir, I know that you have crossed that age and you strongly believe at this age it's not possible. But I come from a space where I see age is no barrier for doing anything on me. I am not there to change the society. But I can do it. I can be a better version of myself. I'm not going to administer the people around me. But I can be a better of myself. Slowly and steadily, you go and search your purpose and you live your passion. You uncover true happiness there, sir. Happiness is not what family, children, their act is giving. Happiness is within you. It comes from you.
Work in progress. I am actually a work in progress.
Absolutely, all of us are, and I am proud to call myself work in progress. I am equally proud for that. I am also a work in progress. Mutual learning continues. That's why I call this a journey up until the end of life, end of my breath. Each and everybody's breath. We keep learning. We will do it, sir. You can do it. I hope it helps, sir. Sir, one quick thing. Whenever you get this thought, right, I'm not able to make decisions for myself. Do these 3 breaths. Because what happens is breath is one powerful anchor which will clear my mind's thoughts. Okay? You can make this three deep breaths, calm, keep yourself calm, and then do, in this example which we took, pick up the t-shirt which you want to wear it, and march to wherever you want to go. Try this out, sir. Try and let me know. Bingo, sir. Thank you. I'm so humbled by that.
Avinash sir, would you like to share something? Avinash sir. Anyone else? Anyone else wants to share something? May please unmute and say so.
Thanks, Mr. Gopi. It
Yes,
was indeed
sir.
a wonderful session, very interesting, very interactive session. And thanks to Madam Anusha. And I've made some comments in the comment box, so you can also go through. Madam also can go through. We'll again catch up if she finds time. You can invite her for another session later on, as per your schedule. And thanks a lot once again for giving me this opportunity. We'll again catch up. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
so
sir.
much, sir. Thank you, sir. Amazing.
Avinash sir. Avinash Duravam sir. Muthukumar sir, would you like to say something? Taufik.
Sorry, sir, I joined late, but it was a really good session. Actually, what Madam teaches or they are teaching in the stress management and everything, like liking the T-shirt and breathing exercise, everything. It is useful in the this life also, whatever the our working work-life balance. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks for the nice introduction, everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Taufik.
I think we have held you for quite a long time, Anusha. Thank you very much for joining us on a Sunday morning.
Thank you so much,
Thanks
sir.
for sharing your.
Humbled.
Yeah.
Please feel free to reach out to me at any point of time. My email ID is anusha.shrikant@gmail.com. I will be circulating my company's email shortly.
Yeah. Sure.
Shall I drop it in this chat?
Yeah, chat box also can drop, put it, no? Put in the chat box also. Right?
Yeah. Please feel free to get, and I'm there. I'm happy to help. How much I would try to do my best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for giving
Thank
me
you.
the opportunity. Thank you.